the fans they walked out of a tie game in overtime. Like, we don't need to see the rest of it. I've never in my 20 years seen that with the NFL, Mark, where fans are voting with their feet to beat the traffic in a game that's going to overtime. I've never seen anything like that. So when you ask, like, what is the fix? They are just 2-3. That's the good news, right? That they're just 2-3. But it's another nationally televised game next week. And I ask you, and I know you're in Minnesota, and I'll hit you on that game in a second. What is the sense in Denver that you think? Is there a hot seat for a first-year head coach? Is there potentially one? Because they're not getting rid of the guy with the $245 million contract. That's for damn sure.
You're 100% right. And last week, Rich, now I was in New York last week hosting, doing some TV work for FS1. But, kept in touch with all my guys on the radio station there in Denver. And the big scuttlebutt is Peyton Manning, not Peyton Manning, is Sean Payton ready to come back? Would he come back to Denver? Would he leave TV? Because, the big speculation was he was waiting for the Dallas job to open. But would he come to Denver? Like, that's what people are speculating now. Like, that the hot seat, legitimately, after 5 games, they're like, Nathaniel Hackett isn't the right guy. What are we going to do? And I've never seen anything like it. I'm with you. When I saw people shuffling out of the state, were they announcing that they're going to get refunded tickets? If you leave now, you can get your ticket refunded? Like, what? I've never seen anything like this. Is Denver, Colorado. Like, people are rabid about the Broncos. I can't even fathom what happened. What I witnessed last night was something I've never witnessed before.
Again, you're a 3-time champ. Know the Denver sports scene and the Broncos scene very well. Know the front office. Know up until recently, I guess, ownership pretty well as well. Crystal ball it for me. I know that's a cliche. You don't have a crystal ball, but Denver has another game, standalone game, whole country watching Monday Night Football next week at the Chargers, and then home dates, 2 home dates against the Jets and the Jaguars. One would think, quote unquote, winnable games. But you've got the Jets, and then Jacksonville is going to be another game. That's in London, so another standalone game. My bad. So you got the Jets and then a London game and then a bye. Then you got the rest of the season. What do you think is going to happen? Give me your best guess as to what can happen for the Chargers this year. What do you think? The Broncos this year.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I knew what you were saying.
Yeah, my bad.
I think right now, listen, you got this. You mentioned it, Monday night. If things don't look markedly better Monday night, I don't know what's going to – I really don't know what's going to happen. I mean, they have, the guy they wanted, Billy Turner at the right tackle, he has not even played this year. You got a backup right tackle. Now your Bowles, who's your left tackle, is out with a broken leg. So you're going to have a backup left tackle. You haven't blocked people. Melvin Gordon puts the ball on the ground more than grass. You don't trust him. You lost Javonte Williams. You haven't developed chemistry with any of your wide receivers other than Cortland Sutton. You don't have a tight end who is got a dual threat personality. So you've got a couple guys that can run block. You got a couple guys that are pass receivers. So they're automatic tells. Rich, I don't right now. I don't see an end in sight. I don't those are real issues that you don't figure out because you change the play caller or you have a couple new designs. Those are real issues that I just don't see them fixing. And let me just tell you, you think the Jets are a winnable game?
Oh, no.
They're playing better. And I tell you one thing, Jacksonville is one of those teams that I don't think a lot of people want to play. That's a physical football team. So, they're in trouble right now. If things don't dramatically get better, and I don't see how they will, they're in trouble.
Especially in London. I've called Jacksonville games in London. That's a home game for the Jaguars. It is. Yeah. It's in Wembley. I mean, the owner owns the stadium. I mean, it really does bode poorly. And I just said the Jets, one would think, is a winnable game. I think the Jets have a better offense than Denver's right now, period. They have better playmakers right now, making better plays. I never thought I would say that about Russell Wilson in an offense, but again, just 2 touchdowns through the first 3 home games for Broncos fans to see. Just 2. And only one of them's in the air. One of them's on the ground.
Right.
And so I don't know, and we'll find out, I guess, if the Walton family's got an itchy, firing trigger.
Yeah,
I don't know.
90. They could have scored so far this season in the red zone 98 points. I think they've scored just over 30.
Wow.
That's where they are right now. And I'll tell you this: if you said, "Hey, man, I'll trade you all the Broncos receivers straight up for all the Jets receivers," I couldn't line up quick enough to make that trade.